Tupac Shakur was born on June 16, 1971 in New York. His mother was involved in the Black Panther Party and was arrested in 1970 for withholding information concerning the Black Panthers' conspiracy to destroy the New York Botanical Gardens. She was pregnant and released from jail shortly before giving birth to him. Tupac grew up poor, traveling from New York to Baltimore to Oakland with his mother and sister. Throughout his childhood, he watched his mother struggle with an addiction to cocaine and struggle with poverty. In 1989, he became chairman of the New African Panthers. They reflected on the goals and aims of the original Black Panther Party. This eventually led him to address the many issues surrounding the party through his music. In 1990, Tupac joined the group Digital Underground, and in 1991 he appears on a Digital Underground EP and produced a solo album titled Tupacalypse Now. Throughout his career, he was incarcerated many times for reasons ranging from assault to sexual abuse. Multiple people also reported that Tupac's music was the influence for their own crimes, including two young men who murdered a police officer. He was a controversial figure, but was also highly respected by many for being the starter of a necessary discussion on race, violence, and poverty. Apparently, in 1995, during an interview from jail, Tupac denounced the thug life persona and decided to commit himself to positive works. Tupac's lyrics deal a lot with subjects like women, race, law enforcement, violence, thug life, etc. He matches lyrics by living a thug lifestyle. He was very open about his lifestyle, and in 1994 he was quoted as saying, "I don't consider myself to be straight militant. I'm a thug, and my definition of thug comes from half of the street element and half of the Panther element, half of the independence movement. Saying we want self-determination, we want to do it by self-defense and by any means necessary. That came from family, and that's what thug life is. It's a mixture." End quote. He also coined the phrase thug life. Thug life stood for "the hate you give little infants fucks everyone." He is quoted as saying, "When I say thug, I mean not criminal or someone that I will beat you over the head. I mean the underdog. I mean someone who goes out there and succeeds, who has overcame all obstacles." He was clearly trying to address the issue of how hate is passed down generation to generation by raising young people to know no other. Along with thug life, Tupac had many opinions that he expressed through his music and through various interviews throughout the years. Tupac follows the likes NWA and Biggie Smalls, where he sang about issues that affected his community rather than just about money. One of his songs, Brenda's Got a Baby, is pulled from a newspaper story. He used the song to bring the story to national attention. His graphic content was controversial, but he purposefully did not beat around the bush. He openly doubted mass media and the government. Like many who followed suit, Tupac uses hip-hop to tell stories, to deliver coded messages to the community, as well as refine the world. He was also not a fan of organized religion and believed it was used to control people. Here are a few quotes from him to help you see his beliefs in his own words. "I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. All I'm trying to do is survive and make good out of the dirty, nasty, unbelievable lifestyle that they gave me. Out of anger comes controversy. Out of controversy comes conversation. Out of conversation comes action. No matter what these people say about me, my music doesn't glorify any image. My music is spiritual when you listen to it. It's all about emotion. I tell my innermost, darkest secrets. They got money for war, but can't feed the poor." Tupac's thug life, along with the Black Lives Matter movement, were the primary influences for Angie Thomas's The Hate You Give. Angie Thomas is quoted as saying, "When we were trying to figure out a title for the book, I came across a YouTube clip of him discussing thug life. When I saw him explain what it means, it hit me that that's not just in my book, but that's what we see in society. When these unarmed black people lose their lives, the hate they've been given screws us all. We see it in the form of anger, and we see it in the form of riots. So when I saw that in the video, it was like a sign." End quote. Is it a crime to fight for what is mine? This quote by Tupac is perfect for The Hate You Give because Star is fighting for what's right, justice for Khalil. Even though the whole system is out to silence her or distort her messages, she keeps fighting. When nothing even goes to the streets to fight. I believe that's a major part of what Tupac's message was about. Tupac's content not only inspired much of the ideologies in The Hate You Give, but also the characters. For example, Big Mav's description is exactly like Tupac. Sadly, Tupac's career was suddenly cut short after leaving a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas when he was shot by a group of people in a white Cadillac. He was in critical condition for 6 days until he died on September 13, 1996. The details of his murder and his murderer are still unknown. Many suppose it was related to his controversy with Biggie Smalls. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017, and to this day is considered one of the best or the best rapper of all time.